Hey guys, it's Vornskyr here, and today we're back in Euro Truck Sim 2, and we're going to be doing a bit of a drive in this Freightliner. I think it's the Classic XL. There'll be a link to this mod in the video description. And yeah, so we're going to do a bit of a drive with this. We're going to drop off this excavator thing. I don't think the drive is that long. Let's bring up the map actually, we'll have a look. I think it's 408 kilometers. So we'll see how it goes. If it ends up being too long, then I'll cut out some of this motorway driving, because that's always a little bit less than interesting, I guess. But yeah, so we'll do this, and got a few things I can talk about. Let's have a look at this truck first before we get into that. So this is using the Cat engine. This truck has two different engine options, one being the Cat, the other being the Cummins. I don't think there's anything else. And they're both, what's nice about these is they're actually kind of unique sounds to this truck in terms of the engine noise and everything. The mod author kind of came up with his own little sounds. He used bits and pieces of some other work, like from I think Krieshbaum and maybe a couple other people as well. But the end result is it's kind of unique sound, and I actually really like it. So yeah. So yeah, I'm using the Cat one. I think it's the C15 in this, and I can't remember how much horsepower I've got. Views going everywhere as I try to reach for my escape key. Let's see, where do I find diagnostics? There we go. So this is the 475 horsepower one, and I'm using the 18-speed gearbox. So it's not the most powerful by any means, but sometimes that makes sense. You're not always, if you think about it in a real world kind of situation, you're not always going to have the most powerful truck you can. So sometimes it's nice playing around with this sort of thing. But yeah, so I've already hooked up the load. Let's put the beacons on, and I guess we'll head out of here. So this is one of the Scandinavian quarry sort of things, I suppose, that was added in the Scandinavia update, which is pretty nice. It's different to the normal ones, so it's always good. I think this this cargo weighs about 30 tons, maybe a little bit less than that. So it's not too heavy, but given that it's not the most powerful engine as well, that's okay. And I really like the interior of this truck. You might notice a lot of the functions and stuff on the dash actually. So you see there's a little switch there, that's for the engine brake. It's going up and down. You got headlight switches down there. Oh, I just ran into a sign. There's probably a switch for that as well, I'm sure. Let's see, indicator, that's the stalk there. And yeah, there is some other stuff as well. The handbrake thing works, you can see that going in and out. What else? Is that all of it? I don't know if the retarder has anything, let's see. No, it doesn't look like the retarder has anything like that. But yeah, it's all pretty cool. Still in gear, which is not very smart. There we go, that's more like it. Still have this activated. Let's turn that off. There we go. I never use the retarder, so I actually always get mixed up between which is turning it on and which is turning it off on my wheel. We're going to have to cut this corner a little bit, I think. And yeah, you might notice this kind of flame skin on the truck that actually comes as part of the mod, so it's not a separate little thing. Alright, so on the road, we'll be heading right down here. And so let's talk about some of the stuff that's been going on in the world of Euro Truck since the last video. We've got a bit of information about the next update. I don't know when that's going to be. I don't think there's been any date announced for it, or even for the beta. But the update itself apparently is going to add different quality of like tyres and that sort of thing, and also tyre wear, which is pretty cool. Let's see if we can get around this without running into the guardrail. Yeah, just barely made it. But yeah, so in the next update we'll actually start seeing different grades of tyres, different qualities and all that sort of thing, as well as I said, tyre wear. So over time, and I suppose if you take damage to the wheels and that sort of thing, the tyres will be less effective basically. which is a really cool idea. And apparently they're also going to link this in with a little bit of DLC. apparently they're going to be doing basically real-world tyre manufacturers. So I think they announced Michelin was going to be one of them. I don't know if there's any others, but yeah, so it'll be, I don't know, that'll be interesting. We'll see how it goes. I mean, my feeling about DLC in this game is that as long as it isn't, you know, crazy game-changing or anything, with the exception of expansions and that sort of thing, but as long as it's not really, you know, something locked behind a paywall that improves how trucks handle and all that sort of thing, I'm fine with all the DLC that they do. And of course, the fact is, with the modding scene being so active for this game, basically any DLC that they do, a mod author will come out and either, you know, release the same thing or do it better or something. So yeah, I'm okay with that, really. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that all goes. And obviously that's going to be something that will carry its way across to American Truck Sim as well, because that's the way they're doing this. They got the team working on the core engine stuff. This guy's going really slow. Why are you going so slow? Seriously, why are you going so slow? But yeah, so they got one team that works on kind of the engine stuff, and that's for both games basically, because they're both going to run on the same engine. So yeah, it'll be pretty cool, I think. And speaking of American Truck Sim, we've heard a little bit more about that. There's going to be, you know, they talked about some stuff about how pickups and drop-offs would work, and apparently what they're going to do is have a system where you can choose to either have easy drop-off locations or complicated ones, or a mix of the both. And that's a really cool idea, because one thing that I've always felt kind of lacking in the base game of this was that, you know, after a while the deliveries are all pretty easy. I mean, unless you're taking some big modded cargo into one of the areas where it just doesn't fit, but that's a kind of different story. But just using all the vanilla stuff, it's always been fairly easy getting into the drop-off locations and all that sort of thing. And they're still going to have it so that you can just press a button to auto park it if you don't want to go through parking the trailer. So yeah, it's fine. And they've also, I think they showed something as well about just how much how much longer the trucks and trailers are in American Truck Sim versus Euro Truck Sim. So I mean, I'm not sure how useful a direct comparison will be, because presumably all the roads and everything will be different sizes anyway, but still. So I'm just going to take up both lanes as I go right here. Make life easy for myself. But yeah, still no release date or anything like that for American Truck Sim. If you've been, you know, if you look at like Amazon or whatever, you'll see there's some dodgy game sellers that have release dates and all that sort of thing. Don't listen to them, because it's not legit at all. So basically, if it hasn't come from a SCS, then it's not legit, effectively. But yeah, hopefully they'll be getting close to a at least some sort of release date or whatever, given that it's been, I mean, they've been showing off teasers of the thing for most of the year now, as far as I can remember. So yeah, it'd be nice to actually get to play with something. And there's something else they're kind of playing around with, which is, it looks like they're actually going to try and make the whole World of Trucks things into basically an online delivery sort of system. So basically you'll be able to take a delivery from World of Trucks, which is the online kind of profile sort of thing that they've got set up. And yeah, you'll take a mission from there, or a delivery from there, and then you'll complete it in the game. And I guess the idea of this, I mean, in its very first implementation, it's going to be very basic, but I think the idea is that over time, it will, you know, they'll keep expanding on it, and eventually I guess you might be able to set up your own delivery company on World of Trucks, and maybe even have other people working for you and that sort of thing, which would be really cool. I mean, I'd love to be able to set up some sort of company and then hire other drivers and that sort of thing. Get a bit more of that kind of tycoon style management sim happening. I think that'd be pretty cool. And again, that's something I felt this game has been missing for quite a while. I mean, obviously we do have some basic company simulation in this game, but, well, as I said, it's basic. Basically all you're doing is buying garages and hiring drivers and buying trucks, and beyond that you're not doing a whole lot of anything. So yeah, some sort of advancement on that would be really cool. And I suppose further down the line it might even add the opportunity to, you know, start a job in Europe and you know, drive through that in Euro Truck Sim. and then carry that forward to American Truck Sim. So you might start in France and deliver in, I don't know, LA or something like that. That'd be really cool. I think we're turning right here, yeah. My frame rate is not going very well at all. There's too much stuff being rendered. And a lot of the modded stuff tends to be a bit higher resolution, I think, than the vanilla stuff. Anyway. The truck's going pretty well, pulling this load. It's no problems at all, really. I suppose the 18-speed gearbox would help with that. But yeah, it's going fine. I mean, we're going a little bit slow here, I guess, but it's all good. Let's put the parkers on, light up the dash a little bit. Well, actually, let's get an outside view as well. It sounds so cool. We'll give it a bit of engine brake as well down here too. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I like that. It's the little things. Hopefully the stock sounds for American Truck Sim will be kind of like that. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not. Given that they use real licensed trucks and everything, they kind of have to abide by what the truck manufacturers specify, I guess. And given the whole thing about modern vehicles, and especially modern commercial vehicles, is with emissions, you know, they don't want it to be really loud, and that's why you don't see smoke as well. Like, you don't, there's no real simulation for the smoke effects or anything like that from the exhaust. It's just because the whole idea is, with modern trucks, which is what this game simulates, they basically don't really blow smoke like that, or at least they're not supposed to. It'd be kind of cool if you could have, as the truck got more and more damage, you could blow a bit of smoke or something like that, but, or, you know, as it did more and more kilometers. But anyway, maybe we'll see that one day, who knows. But yeah, so I'd expect to get sounds, well, like this, I guess, you'll still be using mods in American Truck Sim as well. That would make sense to me. Who knows, maybe I'll be wrong, that'd be nice. But what else has been going on? So I've actually started driving trucks in real life, not as a career or anything like that, but it's just something I do for a little volunteer sort of organisation. So I'm still going through, like, kind of learning how to drive it and everything, going through the truck driver's license. It's not trucks of this size, they're a bit smaller. It's in Australia, it's what's called the medium rigid class. So it's it's basically around, I think the stuff that I'm driving, it's around 12 to 15 tons, about 8 to 10 meters long generally. I'll chuck up a couple of pictures on the screen of the sort of stuff that I've been doing. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's I don't think I'd ever be able to do it as a job, like as a all day, every day driving around. But for a few hours every now and then, it's pretty cool. But yeah, I think doing it as a job, I think probably not for me. Because the thing is, especially when you're playing games or whatever, once you get bored after a few hours, you can just stop doing it and go and do something else. You can't really do that when you're, 1,000 kilometers out in the middle of nowhere. You just got to keep on going. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So the stuff that I've been driving, it's one of them is an automatic, and the other's just a 6-speed manual transmission. So basically, similar sort of transmission as you get in a car, basically. So it's not like a Road Ranger, like this truck that I'm driving now, or anything like that. It's just a regular old 6-speed. But it's interesting shifting it and everything. It's because a lot of the time, basically, you can't get it into gear, or it'll grind really badly if you try to shift into gear over 1,000 RPM. So it's a bit of getting used to. You go out of a car into a truck. It's a fair bit of a adjustment, I guess. I know the first time after I got out of the truck and back into my car, it felt so completely strange. So one of those things, I guess. You get so used to driving it, like driving one thing, and then you jump into something that's so completely foreign and different. It always takes a bit of getting used to. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing. So that's pretty cool. And it kind of gives you a lot more appreciation of, how long it takes to slow a truck down versus a car, which, I mean, it's just common sense, of course, but once you're actually doing it, it's a bit different. And it's, as well, how differently, like, how many arsehole car drivers there are around there to trucks. It's something you don't really notice until you've driven a truck, I guess, but, you know, people cutting you off deliberately or doing just crazy shit just because you're so slow and they want to go around faster. It's all good fun. Yeah, so how far have we come on our epic voyage? We're about halfway there, I think. So we'll go through a toll road down here. Looks like this is mostly going to be freeway driving all the way up into... We're actually going to Oslo, but we're on the outskirts of Oslo. So, yeah, I think I know where this is. So, yeah, I think I've exhausted all my conversation topics, so I might just continue driving. And we'll pick up around here so that we can do the delivery and everything. But before we do that, I'll see if I can get my my favourite camera view that I always crash in. Although we're going pretty slow now. Oh, that's because we're approaching the toll. Alright, we'll go through the toll, and then I'll go into my crashy camera. I might just go down to the right here as well. Because I think, yeah, one of the really nice things about the Scandinavia update is that you now have automatic toll passes, which is really nice. And I'm going too slow to shift up, actually. But yeah, it's really nice. It's fairly realistic as well. But yeah, so let's go into crash camera. There it is. Oof, that was a bad shift. Okay, so we're just about here, so we're going to be taking a turn down to the right here. Then we're going to be turning right again up the top. Might have to go down to 12 to get up this. Oh god. Oh, we're going to be doing a hill start. Oh, this could be bad. Do it in first gear. Might have to crawl our way up. I was going to let these guys get through the intersection a bit first. Just so that we are not constantly going, you know, start, stop, start, stop. Oh, that should be enough. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, it was easy. Easy. Sometimes, I guess the load isn't that heavy for this truck. Sometimes they it's a real struggle. We'll see if we can just keep it crawling, because I don't want to have to keep doing it. But no, it looks like the traffic's taking a while to move through the intersection. We might actually find ourselves stuck here. Yeah, that can happen sometimes. Now, the AI doesn't really roll back, but you're best not to stay too close behind a truck doing a hill start anyway. Yeah, I don't know. We might have to cheat through this. It'll depend what the AI does. Looks like that truck's moving now, so we might be able to find... No, wait, no, he stopped. Because yeah, anybody who's played this game for a while knows the AI can sometimes just get stuck at intersections and they just won't move. You can sit there for half an hour and they won't move. So we'll see what happens. The problem is, even if this first guy gets through, the one behind him might not. So, yeah. I can't really go around them either because you've got shoulders or, you know, guardrails on both sides. I wonder how far the traffic behind us is backed up. Let's have a look. It's not too bad. Alright, yeah, I'm not going to wait for this. Oh wait, just as I said it. Is he going to go? Maybe. Maybe. Alright, we'll see. Let's move up again. Oh, it even started in a second. Alright, we might actually... Can we... Well, we might be able to go wrong side here. And just force our way through. I'm tempted to try it. Oh, of course you have to do that. Alright, I'm going for it. How did I know? Well, I've got a big bull bar on the front, so guess what's going to be used here? Great success. And no cheating required, just some extremely negligent driving. Perfect. So I think that's an IKEA down to the left, but we're not going there. So just a little bit further, it looks like there's a roundabout according to the GPS, and from what I can see with my eyeballs. So let's just go through this, and he is turning. Sorry. Let's take a right here, I think. And I believe it's this left that's coming up here. I don't think I've been to this one before. So it looks like a construction site of some sort, which is pretty cool. Oh god, I really misjudged the turning circle there. That's a nice Lamborghini. Let's see if we can even get through this without running into the side. Never mind. We obviously can't. Alright. So we'll see if we can get through without taking out that sign. No. No, not at all. Alright, well, never mind. That's a bit of a tight turn, actually. I suppose it doesn't help that this truck doesn't have the greatest turning circle. I mean, most American trucks don't, but yeah, this one isn't the greatest. Anyway, so how are we going to get in here? We might be able to just kind of go to the end, turn around, and then maybe just back it up a little bit. That's pretty cool. I haven't been to this place before, so right, let's see if we can make this turn. It's going to be close. Oh, perfect. Oh, wait. Never mind. Alright, so we'll just drive forwards a bit, and then we'll probably have to reverse a little bit to fix it up. There we go. We should be able to do that. We'll try and do it just with the mirrors without sticking my head out the window or anything like that. It would have helped if I'd turned the wheel in the right direction. And I think am I stuck on something? No? Alright. We should have actually driven forwards onto this grass, I think, rather than trying to take it on a curve. It's a fair bit harder when you try to do things somewhat properly. Oh, going the wrong way. There we go. That's what I want. Is that good enough? Oh, 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 oh. Perfect. Almost. I don't think I showed you the American Eagle flag going on there as well. Anyway, America. Cool. Let's deliver that. So I think I was probably late. No, excellent. Cool, I wasn't late. Is there any damage? Doesn't look like it. Oh, that worked pretty well. So yeah, that's a really cool truck. You get it from the Iveco dealership. I think I saw some people in the mod comments saying that it conflicted with the Peterbilt 389. I don't think I had any problems with that, but just be aware of that. If you install it and you've got the 389 installed as well and you can't see one or the other, it's because there's a conflict going on, so you just have to disable one of the two mods. Like I said, I don't think I had any problems with that though. But yeah, it's a cool truck. I like that. I think I'll definitely be keeping that in the mod list that I have, all my active mods, whatever I'm trying to say. But yeah, so I think I'll end this one here. So that was just a nice little drive through Scandinavia. So until next time, I've been Vornskyr. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.